Hello everyone, I am Mandeep and today's topic of my video is about Ielts reading, that is true, false and not given. And in this video, I will give you some important tips on how to do that. Firstly, what is true, false, not given category? In that, you have to specify the answer of the statement, whether it is true, false or not given. And when the statement exactly matches with the information given in the passage, that is true. And when the information is exact opposite or contradict, then you will give it as false. And when nothing is related to the statement given in the passage and only half information is given, like there is some statement matching with the passage but there is not a detailed description whether it is true or false, means when you are unsure about whether it is true, it exactly matches, or whether it is exact opposite, then you can write as it not given because it is neither true nor false. Okay, then this important tips, the firstly you have to read the questions because you should know that what you have to look for in the passage, and the sequence of question types that help you to find the location of the answer, that whether the true false is given in the starting or whether it is given in the middle or at the end, that the sequence help you analyze where will be the answers. Like the true false are given in the starting, obviously you will look for the answers from the starting, that is from the first passage. And if the true false is in the last, it depends, because if there are matching headings in the starting, then the true false can start from the first paragraph or at any other place. And if suppose there are blanks, MCQ and then true false, then obviously where you get the answers of MCQ, after that you will get the answers for true false category. So the question type sequence help you really analyze the location of the answer, where will be the answer, and they actually follow sequence. I will tell you about it later. Then you have to look for the keywords such as names, years, places, because these help you that where you can find the answer. And the words with no synonyms like earth, and there is about the aluminium and material, you can use that. And the words with easy synonyms like for air, wind can be used, and other words like the centuries, then the year can be given. And then you have to paraphrase the keywords. I have told you that the words with easy synonyms that you can easily locate, and the other kind of words that you have to paraphrase, that you can analyze that whether the information is true or false. And then the answers come in order in true false category, as they also follow a sequence. As I've told you, they follow sequence, like you can get two answers in one paragraph or you can get one answer in one paragraph, but they are in sequence. Like suppose you get the answer of, suppose 7th question is true false, and you get the answer in 4th paragraph, and for the 8th you get the answer in the next paragraph, means you get one answer in each paragraph. And then the next question, that is 9, 10, 11, if they are also true false, you will get the answers one in each paragraph depending on the first two questions that where you find it. Okay, means they follow a sequence. And if you get suppose two answers in one paragraph, then you will get the next two answers in one paragraph, because they always follow a sequence. I can explain you in detail, but before moving forward, if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, do subscribe. Okay, and then suppose here is a paragraph and the types of questions, that is the firstly let me check. Firstly there is like notes completion, then table completion, and then true false not given, where you will find the answers. Like firstly there is notes completion and the blanks. There is importance of the hearing rule. Obviously you will get the first category of answers in the first paragraph or second paragraph, and if you can find some words, it will help you locate the answer. But majority cases is that the answer will be from first paragraph. In like 5% cases we can say that the answer start from second paragraph. And like the next is table completion, traditional uses of Hirunga tree. There is a heading given, so you will check where the traditional uses, like the past use. There can be word like in the year, suppose 1900 something, that can be mentioned, or century ago, like 2 centuries ago, 3 centuries ago. it can be used. So from that you can get the analyze, you can observe that from where you can start finding the answers, and where you will get the answers of 8. After that you will get the answer of 9. The first category you will find like the notes completion, there are few blanks, maybe in 1 or 2 paragraphs, and then there is table completion. And it is important that in table completion you mostly, like 99% chances are that you will get all the answers in 1 paragraph. It can be in 2, but majority is 1 paragraph. And where you find that, after that you will start looking for true false category, and in this we can check that like in the first paragraph obviously will not be the table because it is the second category, and majority cases will be like third or fourth paragraph. So but still, to make you clear, I can even read the first sentence of second paragraph, like Dr. David, archaeologist, has been studying the role of something, but here is nothing about like the past time, but here is like about study. We will move to next. For centuries Hiringo tree was vital to the people of neighboring, but it was vital or essential or important. But for centuries means for many centuries, it is about the past, and it was important to the people. Obviously then the uses will be mentioned, that why it was important. So we can analyze that the answer of table will be in third paragraph. So we will get the answers of true false after that, starting from fourth paragraph. And if you get the answers suppose of table in fourth paragraph as well, the answer will start from next. But here as here is a ninth question. Firstly, what you have to do is you have to read the questions. Like here you can underline the keywords as well. Like the local families have told Valley about some traditional uses of Hiringa products. Here obviously Valley has been mentioned and the traditional uses of Hiringa products have been mentioned. And although the traditional uses have been mentioned in third paragraph about few centuries ago, but we have to check whether Valley word has been used here or not. So firstly we will look for the word Valley, where that person's name has been used. Then from there we will start looking for that answer. Okay, and then next, farmer Alberto Benavides is now making a good profit from growing hirungos. He's making profit or not, we will check, but first we have to look for Alberto Benavides where it is mentioned. You can read all questions in the starting and underline the keywords, or what you can do is at least read 2 questions, because it is possible that you are looking for one and that is not given, and maybe you are looking for 2-3 paragraphs but you can't find it because it is not given, and it will be like wasting time. But if you have read the next question as well, like 10th, and suppose if you are finding it, you get the answer of 10th paragraph, you will understand the 9th will be above that, and if it is not mentioned, it is obviously not given. So we will firstly look for 2 words like Valley and Alberto Benavides, then we can understand where the answer is. If we find the word Alberto Benavides, the 9th answer will be obviously above that, and where we get the 2 answers, from that field we get the idea that where will be the answer of 11, 12 and 13, because I have told you that specifically follow a sequence. Okay, like here in the 4th paragraph we will start from there, because in the 3rd we have found about this table completion answers. So where we have to find the word Valley, as it is given obviously in the second line, Valley, that is Oliver Valley, botanist. And we can also look for the word of Alberto, because then we can understand that the answer will be above that. If we find the word for Alberto, it is not mentioned in 4th paragraph. Then on the second page, in the first paragraph as well, the Valley name is mentioned in the second line, and till last Valley says it is Valley. Alberto is not mentioned. Alberto Benavides is in the first line of next paragraph, that is 6th paragraph. So we will get the answer of 10th here, and the 9th will be above that, maybe in 4th or 5th paragraph. Okay, But what we have to look for, that local families have told Valley about some traditional uses of Hirango products. Means we have to look that whether the local families have told Valley about the uses of products, or whether the Valley have told the local families. Because if it's the opposite, then it will be false. And if there is no clear description that whether someone has told or not, then it will be not given. Then what we have to look is that whether the information about traditional uses description, whether the local families have told them or not, we have to look for that. So firstly, in the fourth paragraph, as here this is about who the Oliver Valley is, and after that, in order to succeed, Valley need to get to the local people. About local people it is mentioned, but about the uses, that how to use it. Local people mean overcoming local prejudice. Food trees, if you plant fruit trees in your home or street, it shows you are poor, means there is no description. In order to stop the Middle-East Valley, Valley is encouraging locals to love Hirangos again, means he is telling them to love Hirango again, but still there is nothing mentioned about uses. And he has already set up Hirango festival. He set the festival to encourage people to understand the importance of Hirango trees, but still there is nothing mentioned about uses. So we will move forward to the next paragraph. As in order to get people interested, you need to plant a tree that is useful. Here it is something useful word is used, but we have to look forward. Working with local families, sustainable income, products into foodstuffs. Here the description, that is boil up the beans and you get a thick brown molasses. Drink soups. Pods can be ground into flour or make cakes. The seed roasted. It is packed full of vitamins and minerals. Valley says, means he had just given the description that these are the ways it can be used and it is full of vitamins and minerals. But here is not mentioned that the local families have told Valley about its uses. No, here Valley has told them about how to use them, but there is not actually clear description whether it is the traditional way of doing them or not. And even local families are not telling them, obviously, because Valley is telling them to use them again. I can say that it is not given because there is nothing mentioned about the traditional ways of using it. So the answer to ninth will be what? Not given. Okay. And here now, as I've told you, that we get the ninth answer in where the first paragraph of this page, and where we got the answers in the last part. We can say that because here Valley has told them how to use it, obvious, but here there's nothing mentioned about whether it is traditional use or not. So Valley is normally just telling them, so answer will be not given. And as we get the answer in the later part of the passage, in the later part of the paragraph, so most probably we will get the answers of the other in the later part of the paragraphs, that is the last half. I have told you they follow sequence, so this is the sequence, that how to get the answers. Like the 10th, that is Alberto Benavides, the name is given in the starting, the first line, but as I have analyzed, according to me, you will get the answer in the last part. But to make you sure, I will read the full to help you understand that how actually you need to find the answers so as to save the time. Like farmer Alberto Benavides is now making a good profit from growing Hirangos. We have to mention that whether he is making profit or not. Alberto Benavides already planting Hirangos. Benavides, owner of organic, has set up and planting a tree for 13 years. Take the tree. He produced syrup and flour and sell the products to organic farmer market in Lima, but there is nothing about profit that he has been selling for 13 years. His farm is relatively small and doesn't yet provide him with enough to live on. His farm is small and he doesn't provide him enough to live on, means he doesn't get enough money to live. So that means he's not making good profit, but he hopes this will change. But he hopes that this will change in future. but now he's not making enough money. So the answer will be opposite, because the statement is exact opposite. So where we get the answer? In the last half. I have told you that they follow a sequence. You get the answer where you get the first answer. So the third 11, 12 and 13 you will get the answers in the last part, that is remaining half part. But as there are 2 paragraphs and there are 3 questions, so it is possible that the one answer is given in the starting and one answer is given in the end of one paragraph. But majority cases will be that maybe one is not given and the answers are in the last part. But to help you to understand better, I will just read the remaining half part, that whether you get the answer according to that or not. Like in the firstly we will read the question, that really needs the cooperation of farmers to help preserve area's wildlife. So what we have to do is whether he needs the cooperation of farmers to preserve that or not, whether the help was needed or not. And in the 12, for Willy's project to succeed, it needs to be extended over a large area. Look for that whether there is mention about the project to succeed, and then whether it is to be extended over a large area or not. We will read only 2 questions, because in that paragraph third answer will not be there. Willy needs the cooperation of farmers, whether it needs or not, that in the hope of counteracting this, he is persuading farmers to let him plant forest corridors on their land. He was persuading farmers to let him plant, means he was telling them that he wanted them to allow him to plant trees, means he needed the cooperation of farmers, obviously, because he wanted their approval to plant. He wanted the authority to plant the trees, so he needed cooperation to preserve the area's wildlife. Forest corridors about area wildlife, and cooperation because he was persuading farmers to let him plant, to allow him to plant. So the answer would be true. As I've told you, you will get the answer in the last part, but I will also read the last line because maybe 12 answer is there. He believes the extra woodland will also benefit the farms by reducing their water usage, though a lowering of evaporation and providing a refuge for biocontrol insects. He believes that extra woodland, extra area, will benefit the farms by reducing their water, will benefit the farms. But there is not mention about the project to succeed. The answer of can't be true, but it can be false or not given. But to make sure, we will need to look for the next part as well. So maybe for that the answer is given in the next paragraph. And next, as we have to start from the middle, but before that we need to read the questions. Firstly was the project to succeed, and the next is the plans to go to Africa to set up a similar project. Where the Africa is mentioned, you will get the answer of it there. We will read the half part. If you just have a few trees left, the population can grow up quickly because it is used to exploiting water when it arrives. But nothing about project and Africa. He sees his project as a model that has the potential to be rolled out across other arid areas around the world. Means he sees his project as a model, has the potential to be rolled out across the other arid areas. Means he think that his project, what he has done, is a model on which he can use that in other parts. Means obviously his project, what he's doing, is successful. That's why he is thinking it as a model to implement at other places. So the answer would be like false, because here it mentioned that for project to succeed, he has to extend over a large area. No, he's seeing it as a model to apply over other areas, to extend to, but for not to extend, but to apply at other places. So the information is opposite. Okay, his project is already successful, that's why he want to implement at other places. And then if we can do it here in the most fragile system on earth, then that's the real message of hope for lots of places, including Africa, where there is drought and they just can't afford to wait for them. So the question was, he has plans to set up a similar project in Africa, but he has no plans. There is nothing mentioned that he has made any plans. He has not made any plans. If you write it false, the information here should be as that he has not made any plan. then you can say that it is false, but here is nothing mentioned, so it will be not given. So the first was not given, false, true, false, not given. So we will check the answers, that is not given, false, true, false, and not given. This is that how I told you that how to look for the answers, that is the follow sequence where you get the answers of one, check and analyze whether you get the answer in the first part or the last part. You will get the answers of remaining as well, and if you get the answers of 2 in one paragraph, then you will get the remaining answers like two answers in one paragraph. I hope you understand how to find true false. So here's a page, that is Facebook page, that is Complete Success IELTS, and also website, that is ielts.completesuccess.in, and do follow it. Thank you.